Hey everybody, it's me, JTJ, and today I'm here with another review of King of the Hill. And the episode I'm reviewing today is Leanne's Saga, which was directed by Trisha Garcia and, as per usual, supervised directed by Wesley Archer. And the episode was written by David Zuckerman, and as per usual, it was story edited by the late great Johnny Hardwick and created by Mike Judge and Greg Daniels. And no guest stars, just putting that out there. So the episode starts off with Luann, going to her beauty school class, and it's supposed to be mother-daughter night there, and Peggy offers to go with her, but Luann didn't feel it would be right since her mother wasn't there, so Luann's lost in that regard. But what winds up happening is Luann's mother gets released from prison, while at the same time everyone finds out Bill has athlete's foot, which I had once in high school. It was treated pretty fine, pretty standard, something Bill never did with his athlete's foot, weirdly enough. In fact, I think I got my athlete's foot when one day I was I was carrying this poker table my mom's friend at the time, I don't know if they're still friends, anyway, made in my grandma's backyard, because he was making these poker tables and he wanted to, I guess, sell them, and my mom offered to let him store them in my grandma's storage room, which to this day I didn't feel it was right of my mom to do that without consulting my Aunt Julia, or most importantly, my grandma, since those two technically did kind of own the house at the time. Anyway, basically, what happens is Bill, he starts taking a medication and he can't drink well on this medication, which is quite funny. I mean, if I had to take a medication I couldn't drink on, I would have no problem with that. But Bill, on the other hand, he drinks beer in the alley every day. Or at least it seems like he does it every day, that fucking alcoholic. Anyway, and what ends up happening is Luann's mother comes to visit, and Peggy, without Hank's approval, says that she can stay in the garage because she didn't want Luann dropping out of beauty school and, living in an apartment with her mother and ruining her life, basically, which is understandable. I mean, still get your husband's say in the matter before going ahead and saying, hey, you can stay in the garage. It's like, Peggy, come on, you have a husband. Stop stroking your ego. And then what winds up happening is Luann's mother starts dating Bill, and they seem to be hitting it off. And in fact, there's a montage with the Fabulous Thunderbirds playing in the background, which, if you are a American Dad fan, like most people I know, like myself included, you would know that that's Klaus's favorite band. Not something too King of the Hill related, but I thought I would point that out. In fact, I think maybe Squirrel Tactics might did something similar. I'm not sure. I don't remember if he did, if anything. He probably didn't, which makes sense, because what's that have to do with King of the Hill? Am I right? And then we basically get Bill spending all his money on Leanne's mother. Wow, when she picked out a name for her daughter, she wasn't that clever, was she? Basically, he spends all his money on her, and he ran out of money for his athlete's foot medication, and she starts drinking again and behaves like my ex-girlfriend towards Bill and basically beats him and yells at him. Yeah, that's TMI, sorry. But anyway, we then get basically the satisfying ending where Peggy beats the shit out of her, and basically it's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. I'm watching the episode and I noticed John Redcorn, because in later episodes you notice he has fast reflexes, yet he just stood there doing nothing. I mean, yes, it's not his son about to kill a panda, but you think he would have had the tiger skills to run and tackle down the bitch before she even attacked Peggy. Not that it's any of his business to, but still, I don't know. It's better than just going. I mean, you do actually see him trying to do something in one scene, but he gets pepper sprayed by Dale, as well as Hank and I think Boomhauer. I'm not sure if Boomhauer was there. I remember somebody was there with Hank. It definitely wasn't Khan, which was not in this episode at all. He wasn't even mentioned. So why would I even bring up Khan? Because, you know what? Why not? Anyway, we basically come to the ending where Bill gives my favorite line of the episode, where he goes, "If it was meant to be, she'll come back. And if she does come back, well, then I'll call the cops." I'm like, so you're just gonna let her steal your truck just because you're afraid she'll somehow come back if you call the cops on her for stealing your truck? I'm no expert, Bill, but I'm pretty sure the cops would not allow her to come anywhere near you after the shit she put you through. But be my guest to let Leanne's mother steal your truck. But I suspect she did return and Bill did call the cops, because in later episodes you hear how Leanne's mother is in prison still. So I don't know. Maybe she screwed up again and stabbed another person with a fork. Who knows what happened? But that's just my theory. That she probably came back, Bill called the cops, and he got his truck back, and end of story. Because you do actually see him. Actually, no, I think he had a different. Actually, how many trucks does he have? I feel he has to have two, because one's blue and this one was gray. But then again, you never see the gray truck again, so maybe she sold it for alcohol or something, but she did wound up coming back thinking she was still engaged to Bill, and Bill called the cops on her. I don't know, just a theory. But what do I rate this episode? I think I'm gonna rate it a 9.1. I actually liked it. It kind of reminded me of an episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where you see Will Smith's dad come and they're bonding, and then Will Smith thinks he's gonna go on a road trip with his dad, and then his dad decides to not go on a road trip with Will, and he just leaves, and Will is there brokenhearted and crying, and then you see his uncle hug him. And then in that one documentary you hear how the guy who played Uncle Phil whispered to him, "Now that's acting." I don't know if that's actually the case, if that was a true, or if that was a different episode, but hey, I don't know. And this has nothing to do with King of Hill, so I'm going to change the subject. But anyway, till next time, stay tight.